All right. So I'm going to ask you guys to mute if you don't mind. Thank you. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Just allow yourself to arrive and be here in the moment on this snowy day. It might not be snowy where you are, Mary, coming in from Florida. Wow, so happy to have you guys with me. And yeah, we have a few people that are signed up for the class who are actually going to get the recording. So hi, you guys we'll see you later. Wow. So, I wanted to talk about something for a moment that was just so beautiful. A friend of mine, I was working with somebody this morning, and we were talking about the idea of grace and the idea of space and the idea of how we get overwhelmed and we just always feel like we have to do more and more and more and more. And right, you've always heard the human doings and rather than the human beings, and how we, even like judge ourselves when we don't like just have time to do nothing, like to give ourselves the permission, or that we don't value that sacred space and spiritual work and time that nurtures and nourishes us and heals us is good work in the world. I don't know about you guys, but it's tricky, right? As women, and if you're a mom, right? It's like, what do you mean I have time to take care of myself? What do you mean? It's like, I used to have au pairs that lived with me, and I'm like, well, your work is my time off, okay? Just to get that straight. And it was like an interesting thing of like, that's just how it happens after you have a child, right? Just, you don't kind of stop, or you feel guilty if you stop. And there's a method to that. There's like, if you're really busy, you don't feel like, I know that, like I can keep myself really, really busy and not feel things that I feel like I should feel, or have a good cry, or contemplate. But that sacred space, it's connected to the throat chakra in yoga, right? Vishuddha chakra. And, when we do the practice, a lot of times we talk about, the asana or the pose, or the different aspects of the breath. And it's really, when it comes down to it, the goal of yoga is to still the movement of the mind. And so how do we get there? We make space in the body. We make space between the breaths. We make space between the thoughts. And there is that moment that we start to find that beautiful sacred space. But if we're always doing and we're always going and we never stop and unplug and stop the static, how can you ever get to the sacred space? How can you ever get to the place where the prana, life force that we spend on all the doing, then goes into us and is spent on the healing within us, right? So we have a certain amount of prana money that we get to decide what we want to do with. Every thought, every action, right? Every word that we speak, we spend our prana money. So this is a chance for you to discern in those moments how to steer that prana in a different way than just spending it, and actually nourishing yourself with that. And so that's what I feel about, the winter. And I think that's why it's coming down. That it's this time where the earth begins to rest, where she begins to sleep, where she begins to rejuvenate. And why animals even go into hibernation is because we're supposed to go quiet for a bit. And COVID has taught us, guess what? You're in the house of reflection. You're in the house of stillness. You're in the house of quiet, right? And so each time that we have this moment where we quiet down, we settle down, we drop into it, that is the place we heal from. Not in the place of overachieving, overdoing, never stopping. You cannot heal in that way. And that's why the body almost makes pain sometimes, is to take us down so we stop thinking, we stop doing, we stop trying to achieve and drive ourselves, and take that moment where you reflect and you go in. And you go in and you go into that place where you stop spending your prana money, you stop spending your life force, and you nourish yourself. And so I just say that, as all of us in this world, we're told that our value is what we accomplish and what we do, rather than how still and hold. Like, again, you win yoga, if there's such a thing, when you can still the movement of the mind. Okay? So understand what that takes to do that, that's the ultimate of yoga, not an asana, but to still the movement of the mind. And so that requires sacred space. And that's a huge achievement. And that is a huge and amazing thing, because then you can hear the divine, you can hear spirit, you can hear source, you can hear the earth, whatever it is that you call higher power. You can hear that, and then you know how to be most efficient and call in the most healing and be the highest service to all of life. So that's what came down the pipes for you guys today. And I'm going to do yoga outside, and hopefully I won't fall on my butt, but I just thought it'd be fun to do it in the snow. I haven't done it ever before like that. So Angel's holding mat space for me. So if I come back and I've got all snow in my hair, we'll play it by ear, okay? So let's come to stand as I go outside with my boots on. It's really quite lovely, I have to say. Snowflakes falling. So from this place, I want you to stand in Tadasana and feel your heels descend, your shins move forward, your thighs move back. Your sacrum draws into the body, the front ribs draw in. So you fill in that sacred space in the back body where they say that the angels and the ancestors live. Palms touch. And on the inhale, the arms rise up. Exhale, folding forward out over the legs, let the head drop. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, pour forward out over the legs, let the head drop. Inhale, rising all the way out, moving through something thick, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, folding forward. I feel like a kid right now playing in the snow. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, empty everything out as you feel the bandhas, you feel Mula Bandha. Engage your quads, drop your head, let your head traction the spine. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, melting out over the legs. Inhale, rising all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. All right, so let's take it up a notch. I have to ask Angel to move. Can you move a little bit for me? Thank you. So here we go. Deep breath in, extending up. Exhale, folding forward out over the legs. Deep breath in, extend the spine. Exhale, big step back, right foot. We're going to come into a lunge. Arms rise up. And exhale, hands down to the floor, nice and slow. Move from your tailbone. Press into the ground, tuck the tailbone. Find your back bend. Exhale, moving forward. Again, deep breath in. Hug like you've got a block between your thighs. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Inhale, step back into plank. Exhale, if you want, use the knees lower down. Inhale, open up the heart. Baby cobra or upward facing dog. Firm your belly. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting the hips up. Wag the tail, slow the breath, drop your head. Wiggle your toes as the heels descend. Feel the thighs grabbing the femur bones and pulling the leg bones back. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, step that right foot up in between the hands. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Again, deep breath in. Tuck the tailbone, open up the heart. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, hands come down. Stepping both feet up together, extend the spine. Exhale, melting out over the legs. Inhale, rising all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhaling, arms rise up. Exhale, folding forward. Let's take the legs wide apart on your mat and just begin to bend the knees a little bit. Press through the heels, and you're going to come like you're in a horse stance, but a little bit wider. And what you're going to do is start to think about all the people in your life. And you're going to take your palms up. You're going to set your hips down. Your knees are going to track over the middle of your feet. And on the exhale, you're going to press down with the hands. And you can come up out of it a little bit. So you just decide how low you want to go. Arms rise up. You pulse down a bit. Exhale, you pulse up a little bit. And as you do this, you feel the energy around you. You feel the life force, the prana that holds you, the prana that you drink into your body, and deepen your breath. And I want you to think about
the people that are in your life, the people that have been in your life and are no longer in your life, right? And they might have passed, they might have, for whatever reason, not in your life any longer. And to the ones that are yet to come, right? The ones that are, that we're going to meet someday, or that are going to come and be born into your world. And we're going to think about all of those people and send love and thanks and appreciation to the ones that hold our hands, and to the ones that give us those challenges. And when they give us the challenges, we grow spiritually. So in some ways, everybody is a gift and a teacher to us. So one more deep breath in. We say love and thanks and appreciation. We say, now our minds are one. And you're going to come forward and touch the earth. And you're going to bend and straighten one leg, bend and straighten the other leg, and just shift between the two sides. And as you touch the earth, I want you to send love and healing. Let your head drop. And feel the sacredness of this space that you occupy in this moment. The love, the appreciation that you have for the earth that holds us. You put a seed in the earth, and the earth grows things. So to this beautiful mother that holds us, we say, we love you and we thank you for all the gifts that you give to us. And now our minds are one. So bend through the knees, curl up slowly, arms rise up, big breath in. And we think about the waters, which are coming down right now in its most beautiful form, right? The snowflake, that each little expression of this water is unique and magnificent. Arms rising up and exhale, folding forward. Be fluid. Drop the head. Let the legs be soft. Just feel and see in your mind's eye the waters that are around you, the waters that are within you, the waters that you get to shower in, the waters that you drink, right? The beautiful waters that we clear and clean and heal and send so much love to with each breath. We honor and soothe and heal the waters and thank them for all that they give us. And now our minds are one. So, and then taking the hands down onto the floor again, just kind of wiggle between the two sides, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. And wag your tail in a way that you would swish it in the waters and embody the fish medicine and feel like the fish and the sea life have this beautiful way of undulating and moving. And I want you to embody that medicine and that grace. And what the fish do is they clear and clean the water. They're graceful, beautiful, and they have some of the biggest brains of the planet. And so to all of the fish, we say thank you for all of the gifts. We embody them, we thank them, we feel them, we acknowledge them, and the grace and the beauty that they give to us. And now our minds are one. Bring the legs a little closer and come into a squatting position. Again, the knees are going to track over the center of the feet. The palms come together. Use a block if you need. And so we hold in our mind the insects. And as you hold in your mind the insects, right, the dragonfly, the butterfly, the ladybug, the praying mantis, the grasshopper, right? These guys are dreaming right now. They're sleeping right now here. Maybe not in Florida or Hawaii, but these guys are taking a time out and resting and rejuvenating. And so just hold them in your mind, and they are great medicine. They're great teachers. The ant's superhero. To embody an ant, to think about an ant and have those powers, and how selfless and how much teamwork, the bees, right? We couldn't have a moment without them. So to just honor them and be with them in this moment, we say thank you. And now our minds are one. And so you're going to fold forward and imagine you're out here with me and you're touching the grasses. And you're pulling on the hair of the mother, just a little bit, so it feels good. And so the grasses are considered the hair of the mother. And as we give a little tug, we say thank you to this aspect of creation that is so humble. But the amazing thing about the grasses is that they can make rope, they can make baskets, they can make the most amazing things, right? Like they're like hair. You can cut it and it comes back. It doesn't hurt it. And so we're so lucky that they're so humble. They let us walk on them, and they're everywhere. And they're strong and humble and tenacious, powerful and beautiful. So to the grasses, the toughies that they are, we say thank you. And now our minds are one. So you're going to bend the knees and curl up really slowly and come into Trikonasana. Let's turn the right foot out, left foot turns in, arms come out to the sides. You're gonna wag your tail a little bit. Wag the tail and let the tailbone move towards that back heel. Right arm reaches out, take that hand down to a comfortable place on the leg and extend the left arm up. And you can rock your head and release your neck. So Trikonasana, I always thought about the food plants. You wanna just make sure your knee tracks over the center of your foot. And you release your face, your jaw, your scalp. And as you do this, the Annamaya Kosha, the sheath, the body, composed of food, is a yogic term, right? And so the food becomes our body. So we have an intimate relationship with the food plants. And to these beautiful beings that give us their body, become part of us, we say thank you so much. Slowly come back up, flip the legs around, and you're gonna take your left foot out and your right foot in. Tailbone moves towards that back leg. Take the hand down, extend the other arm up. And again, inhale, look down. And think about which ones. Is it your broccoli rabe is one of my favorite. Artichokes are my favorite. What are your favorite nourishing foods, right, that grow as a plant that you can think of? Tomatoes and cucumbers, I don't know. Whatever ones, just say thank you. In the Iroquois tradition where this Thanksgiving address is, I always call this a creation salutation, is inspired from, they talk about the bean, the corn, and the squash. And so to all of these beautiful beings, we say thank you, and now our minds are one. So as we do this practice, it becomes more than just a workout. It's a work in, and it's an offering with our whole body, with our whole spirit, to all of creation. So from here, let's come forward, step both feet up, inhale, extend the arms up. Exhale, folding forward, head drops. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, jump or step back, lowering down. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, you're gonna take that right foot up in between the hands and come into a lunge again. Arms rise up. And from here, you're gonna take your hands to your hips, stepping forward, bring that back knee up into the chest. Exhale, push the legs straight out. Inhale, the arms rise up as you come back into the lunge. Exhale, lifting that leg up, push it out. Inhale into the lunge. Exhale, rising up, push that leg out. And then as you do this, you're thinking of the medicine plants. You're thinking of the echinacea. You're thinking of, right, all of those beautiful plants, the lavender. You're thinking of, whatever beautiful medicine that you work with, the sage. All right, let's switch sides. Stepping that other leg back, arms rise up. And then stepping forward, push that leg out. Inhale, coming up into the lunge. And exhale. How they nourish us, how they heal us, how they hold their hand. They hold the hand of our right body. And they purify and they cleanse and they heal. And they have patience, and they make space where we're congested, where we're stuck, where we're sticky, and kick out what does not belong. Exhale, hands down to the floor, so we say thank you. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, take a hop or a walk up to your hands. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, melting forward out over the legs, rising up slowly. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhaling, arms rise up. Exhale again, folding forward. Deep breath in, extend the spine. Exhale, stepping back or jumping back, lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And in your downward facing dog, stay here for a few moments. And I want you to bend and straighten one leg. Bend and straighten the other leg as I dust myself off just a little bit. And think about the animals. I want you to think about the animals a little bit. And as you think about the animals, what's your favorite one? What's the one that comes into your dream? What's the one, right? For me, it's the dog, this little one next to me. She shows up all the time. She teaches me so much. And she does a great down dog. Let me see, can you do down dog for me? So to the ones that live with us, the ones that we never see, they know so much. We're so blessed. Moving into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. They say the superpower of the dog is their capacity for unconditional love. And exhale. Feel your belly firm as you move through. Deep breath in. And exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, bend your knees, look up to your hands. Exhale, take a hop or a walk up to your hands. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, melt over the legs, engage the quads, head relaxes down. Rising all the way up, palms touch. And exhale, hands to the heart. All right, so from here we come to the trees. So you're gonna take your right foot on the ground and take your left foot up onto your thigh. Bet you didn't know I could do this with boots. Foot into the thigh, thigh into the foot, palms come together, and we embody the medicine of the trees. Feel the roots going down, feel the trunk strong, reach the arms up. And inhale, the hands come to the heart. Exhaling, the arms reaching up. External rotation in that left leg. Push the right leg into the left foot. So each time you offer a gift out to the trees, inhale, you take and receive their gift. And so it's all about reciprocity. It's about peace. It's about giving and taking and a beautiful balancing of the heart chakra, of how we can receive, like we were talking before. How can we allow ourselves to take in what we need, right? One more breath. Nice work. Try the other side. Switch the legs around. So the interesting thing that I've understood about myself is that whatever I judge in other people, right? If I catch myself judging someone, that's what I judge inside myself. So really important for us to notice the thoughts and the emotions and the judgments we have for someone else, or we have around someone else, and to see how we one up ourselves a little bit, right? Or even one down ourselves with other people, because that tells us about how we judge ourselves. It's like, I can't be like that. I don't want to be like that. So I have to look at those as they're our teachers, because they get to show us about ourselves and where we become less than compassionate. So to the peace of the trees that teach us compassion and generosity of spirit and action, we say love and thanks to you. And now our minds are one. So take that foot down, bend the knees, arms rise up. Coming into an awkward chair, exhale, folding forward, hands down to the floor. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, jump or step back, lowering down slowly. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And exhale, step the right foot up in between the hands, turn the back heel to the floor, and rise up, warrior one. Nice. And then from here, you're gonna slowly take the hands to the hips. Take that back foot and bring it up, and you're gonna cross it over and hook the foot behind the calf. Arms come out to the sides. And we're just gonna embody the bird, the eagle. And instead of going right into the eagle, I want you to kind of move your wings, right? And I want you to embody in that medicine and that ability to see the big picture. You can cross one arm over the other, turn the palms out, and then turn the palms in, and then take the other arm on top, the other arm on bottom, and move and breathe, and slow the breath. Nice, and then slowly step back into Virabhadrasana 1, back heel to the floor, arms rise up. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Inhale, step back into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And exhale, left foot up in between the hands, turn the back heel to the floor, and rising up, Virabhadrasana 1. And then hands come to the hips. Let's bring that back leg up. And then you're gonna cross the leg over, hook the foot behind the calf if you're able to do that. Arms come out to the side, same thing. Moving the wings, crossing over, turn the palms out, letting the arms come out. All right, crossing over. And as you hold the bird in your mind's eye, whatever one is your magic, whatever one you love, or maybe there's a few of them, the great blue heron, the hawk, the eagle, the dove, the pigeon, the crow, the songs that wake us, the owl. We send love and thanks to their beauty and their strength and their songs and their medicine. And now our minds are one. Nice, and step that foot back, rising up, Virabhadrasana 1. And exhale, hands down to the floor. Inhale, step back into plank. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, open up the heart, engage those thighs, pull the hips forward as you roll the shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice deep breath in, bend the knees, look up to the hands. Exhale, take a hop or a walk up to the hands. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, melt forward out over the legs. Bend the knees, let's rise up into the awkward chair. And then palms come together and twist. Let's take your right elbow to the outside of the left leg. Breath of fire. Knees are even, weights in the heels. Belly pulls in with the exhale. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, twist to the other side. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Knees are even, weights in the heels. Breath of fire, belly pulls in with the exhale. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold forward out over the legs. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale again, either jump or step back, lowering down. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Nice, right leg goes up in the air. Exhale, bring the knee to the chest and take that foot in between the hands. Turn the back heel to the floor and rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Arms reach up. Nice. And then what you're going to do is take the arms out to the sides. You're going to bend that front knee and just start to kind of move the body, bending the back knee a bit, bending the front knee a bit, and starting to play with the arms as though you were moving through water, right? As though you were the wind. And so we think about the wind and how it would blow through smoke and swirl. Bend the back knee and bend the front knee and just play with this, right? Play with how your body would arch and undulate and round and just move between, distributing the weight between the legs. So bending back leg, straightening back leg, bending front leg, straightening front leg, arching, rounding, right? Just swirling as you send love and thanks to the breath of the mother. And then both hands down to the floor. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Left leg goes up in the air. Exhale, bring the knee into the chest. Place that foot in between the hands. Turn the back heel to the floor and rise up, warrior 1. And then again, arms rise up. And we thank and we bless and we embody, right? And send love and peace. And we create a relationship as we bend the front leg, as we bend the back leg, we create a rapport. It's almost like a call to the element of the air. And that we become more aware of our breath and the gift of the breath, right? And just play with the arms and let the arms be as you would like. Move them in different ways. And it's so cool because I can see the wind moving through the snowflakes and moving, right? Because it comes more alive and more playful. And I have to say is when I started to do this Thanksgiving address, especially outside, it's like the elements hear us and they start to play with us. They respond. I know it sounds completely woo-woo, but try it. So with one breath, with one mind, we send love and thanks to the breath of the mother, to the winds of the 4 directions. Hands down to the floor. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Nice. Couple breaths here. Wiggle the toes. Let the heels drop to the right side. Let the heels drop to the left side. Makes a little squeaky noise with my boots on. Deep breath in. And the exhale, you're going to step that right foot up in between the hands. Turn the back heel to the floor. We come into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So you're going to take your legs nice and wide. Bend your front knee. Set the hips down. Right? You want to work hard to bring that knee level to the hip. Back hip is even to the front hip. Arms come out to the sides. And we take that right elbow onto the thigh. Left arm reaches up and over. And it just depends on your strength level. You can take that bottom arm level to the top. Yeah. And reach out long. And then hands to the heart. Breathe in. Exhale, reaching the arms out. And as you do this, I want you to think about thunder and lightning. And who's to know really what thunder and lightning is? And I like to think of them as the acupuncturists and the chiropractors of the earth. Because at the very least, we knew that they move energy and probably what is stagnant and stuck. Just like the medicine plants do in our bodies, I think that they are those healers that move where things are stagnant and heal. And even though we don't really understand that, medicine is powerful and beautiful. So to these beings that can really kick it up, and as a kid, we might have even been afraid, they actually are these gentle, they call them grandparents. Both hands down to the floor, step back into plank, exhale, lowering down, inhale into upward facing dog, exhale into downward facing dog. Deep breath in, and on the exhale, you're gonna step the left foot up in between the hands. I'm gonna just flip it around the other way. And find your warrior 2. I got a frozen mop on the top of my head. Arms come out to the sides. And then you take that left elbow onto the thigh, right arm reaches up and over as you come into Parsvakonasana, reaching long. Bottom arm, if you can, level to the top. Inhale, hands to the heart. And exhale, releasing out. So I always feel like there's a beautiful saying what they say about the thunder and the lightning. It's Father Sky and Mother Earth making love. And if you think about it, there's passion and it's wild and it brings the rains, right? It brings the fertility. It's kind of a beautiful way to think about it. And so I always feel like it's connected to the heart. It's connected to the love. It's connected to the healing and the creative force. So to these beautiful elements, they do so much. We honor you, we love you, we appreciate you, we thank you. And now our minds are one. Nice, slowly come all the way up. Turn the toes in, folding forward out over the legs for just a moment, head drops. Deep breath in, you can bend the right knee a little bit, bend the left knee a little bit, keep letting the head relax. Nice work. And then turn that right foot forward, hands down to the floor. Inhale into plank pose. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And bend the knees and take a hop or a walk up to the hands. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, melting out over the legs. Pull the belly in. Bend the knees, rise up into the awkward chair. And exhale, right elbow to the outside of the left leg. And you're gonna look down, and if you're able to, you're gonna get the weight in that left foot, step back with the right leg. And if that's tough for you, you can put the knee on the floor, you can put your hands on the floor, and then come back into the pose as you adjust yourself like I am. And then just press the top hand onto the bottom hand and turn the torso to the side. And you sip the breath in through the armpits. I want you to think about the sun. Bending that front knee, working the back leg away, sipping the breath in, stabilizing through the hips, and feeling the energy in the Manipura chakra. In the solar plexus navel region is where the twist wants to occur. And that's where the Agni, the fire within us, is stoked. And so that illumination is connected to the sun that holds us. The sun in the belly is connected to the sun in the sky. And that is the transformative, right? We eat food and it's transformed in the belly. So to the fire that transforms everything. We are so blessed. Inhale, step back into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Deep breath in, bend the knees, look up to the hands. Exhale, take a hop or a walk up to the hands. Inhale, extending. Exhale, melting forward, drop the head. Bend the knees, rising up into the awkward chair. Exhale, twist, left elbow to the outside of the right leg. Turn around. So I can keep an eye on you guys. And then you're gonna press into the right foot and reach that left leg back. There you go. Angel just wanted me to let you know she's doing a good job on her bone. So, right? So even if you kind of liberate that left leg and bend it a bit, that's gonna help you get the left hip even to the right. Pull the hands back. Lift the chest to the thumbs. Excuse me, clearing something. Sorry about that. And as you do that, something really moving through begins to open the heart, right? And clear out the lungs. So that fire melts away what needs to be melted away. The light, the illumination, right? It melts kapha. Pitta, fire, melts kapha, which just happened, right? I was clearing my lungs. And so that's exactly what happens in this pose. You clear the lungs, you clear the digestive system. And so the beautiful light, the sun, that lets us see the beauty we are held in. It shines its light on everything. It blesses everything, no matter what. What a beautiful energy. So we send love and thanks, and now our minds are one. Hands down to the floor. Inhale, step back into plank. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Deep breath in, bend the knees, look up to the hands. Exhale, take a hop or a walk up to the hands. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, melt out over the legs and drop that head down. Bend the knees as you rise up into the awkward chair. And then hands to the heart. Beautiful. Bending the knees, arms rise up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, extending. Exhale, jump or step back. Lower down slowly. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Let's take that right leg up. Exhale, bring the knee to the chest. Place the foot in between the hands onto the floor. Turn the back heel to the floor. And again, come into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. And just take the hand to the hip and take that hand down onto the shin. And then you'll bend the knee. Take the hand to a block or to the floor. Transfer the weight forward. And then begin to lift that back leg up off the floor into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Stack the left hip on top of the right and grow the left arm up in the air. Spread the toes, press through the heels, and think about the moon. The receptive, the feminine. The beautiful full moon today, I believe. Somewhere close. And that moment of fullness. She fills, she empties. She has cycles that we can be connected to and know what we should do in the world, when to rest, when to be active, when to plant, when to harvest. So as we stay connected to a beautiful moon, we send our love and thanks. Stepping way back into Warrior 2. Both hands down to the floor, step back into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Nice deep breath in. Let's take that left leg up and place that foot in between the hands onto the floor. Turn the back heel to the floor and come up into Virabhadrasana 2. Warrior 2, back heels on the floor, arms extend out. Nice. Straighten the leg. Take that right hand to the hip. Just lean over a bit. Just take a peek at the foot and make sure the knee, right, and the knee and foot are right in alignment, and you're not going to lock the leg as you come forward. And then you'll bend the knee a bit. Transfer the weight forward, lift the back leg up off the floor, and come into Ardha Chandrasana, stacking the right hip on top of the left, and reaching the right arm up, and thinking of the moon, the beautiful moon. Go out and see her today, if you can, and send some blessing. Think of your exhale. Think of the feminine. Think of the waters that you can move, super powerful to move the bodies, the waters in our body, the tides, all of the energies that she affects. And so in that moon, in that chandra, in that beautiful quietness and calmness of the moon energy, we are transformed and slowed down. Bend the knees, step it way back. Inhale into Virabhadrasana 2. And then you can take both hands down to the floor, step back into plank. Lowering down slowly. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Take a moment. Press back. Drop the head. Find the space between the breaths. Space between the thoughts. Deep breath in, bend your knees, look up to your hands. Exhale, take a hop or a walk up to the hands. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, folding forward out over the legs. Inhale, rising all the way up, straight legs. And then hands to the heart. Nice work. So, step back a little bit on your mat. And you're going to bend your left knee and grab onto your ankle with your left hand. Thumb and index finger touch on the right hand. Tuck your tailbone and get a posterior tilt to your pelvis, right there, the tailbone moving forward. And then as you push into that hand, the arm rises up, the leg lifts, and we go up and we connect to the stars and the celestial bodies. And we think about that beautiful connection to the mystery of what we might not ever know, or maybe we will. Who knows what can happen. You push the foot into the hand, the knee lifts, the chest lifts, and breathe in the starlight. It is always there, but most apparent in the darkness. Nice work. And slowly release, let that leg come down. Let's try the other side. So, you're gonna hold that right foot with the right hand, thumb and index finger touch on the left. Push the foot into the hand, take that knee up, send the leg up and go up. And breathe. And think of the beautiful beings, the energies that hold us. I always think of the stellar acupuncture we receive when we're outside. The moon, the planets, the stars, the universes, beyond the beyond. We go up, hug the thighs together, firm the belly. Root down with that left leg. Just don't lock the knee on the left leg. One more breath. And slowly release. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, melt out over the legs. Inhale, rising all the way up. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Nice, hands come to the hips. And you're going to step forward with your right foot. Transfer the weight forward, lifting that back foot up off the floor. And we think about whatever way you can imagine this. I don't know. I was told, I grew up with stories of a guardian angel. And they say that, I don't know, spirits or guides or, energies, spiritual mothers and fathers, whatever you call them, they're always here. And they say, like, in those moments that we're a little bit scared, then we need to be held, is the moment like we kind of reach out to something, right? You reach out to something, and that's when they show up, supposedly. And they're incognito, right? We can't see them. You can bend and straighten the leg that you stand upon. I always think they have to probably make a lot of sacrifices. They don't get any credit. But it's nice to acknowledge that we are held and protected by something, guided. Nice. Take it down, try the other side. So in the Native American tradition, they call them the guardians of the four directions. Every spiritual path probably has a different name. So whatever one works for you, right? Growing the leg back, extending long, bend and straighten. Virabhadrasana 3. Feel the connection from the legs, through the pelvic floor, through the core, getting longer and longer with the breath. Hips are even, jaws released, forehead is smooth, and then coming all the way back up to stand. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, coming halfway up. Exhale, melt out over the legs. Inhale, rising all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good, and so from here, you're gonna take your right foot on the floor and your left foot, you're gonna bend the knee a little bit. Left ankle comes onto that right thigh, palms face up. And we're gonna think about the enlightened teachers. So the fingers point in, point out. Try to keep the palms up and turn out. So we turn in, we turn out, keep the palms up as you come up at the head. All right, and so the enlightened teachers hold the priorities. They hold what is most important. And they don't get distracted. They don't get lost. Breathe into that. And they inspire us. And they show us what we're capable of. Right? And I think it's probably not an easy journey to become an enlightened teacher. And I think that there's a lot of sacrifices. And I think you have to kind of rebirth yourself in new versions endlessly and give up what you're good at and step out into what you're not good at. Right? And be willing to let go of your accomplishments and be humbled over and over and over again. Switching legs, left leg is down, right leg comes up, palms face up. This time we follow the thumbs, fingers point in, point out, and point in. Right, so where are we brave? Where do we have courage? Where do we stretch ourselves beyond where we be limited to reach our most amazing selves, our most enlightened selves, our most empowered selves, our most creative selves? It would only make sense that we would have to drop what we're good at and step into maybe what we don't know, right? So that we expand and grow. And it's uncomfortable. And we want to stay with what's familiar, what we know, what's safe, but we don't grow in that way. So with one mind, we send love and thanks to the enlightened teachers that show us what is possible. Now our minds are one. So from here, we reach the top of the ladder, we take the palms together, we take the hands to the forehead, to the lips, and to the heart, 3 times. And as you do that, whatever it is that you call source, you say, thank you, thank you. I hope I can make you smile. I hope I can make you proud. I hope I can fulfill the contract and the, right, why I came here, to step into that which I am meant to do, right, to fulfill our destiny. That really, to me, is the point of the practice, is to wake up and to hold that alignment over and over again, to practice that, and to wake up to what we carved out with the Creator, why we came here, and to hold that in our heart. So with one mind, we send love and thanks to the Creator who gave us this opportunity to be here, grow and evolve and transform. Now our minds are one. So from here, I'm going to have you guys come into child's pose. Sit back. You're going to come onto your hands and knees, sit back onto your heels, and take your forehead to the floor. Take a moment there. Just let your head rest. Feel the earth and send love and thanks. Blessings. So when you're ready, let's come to sit into a cross-legged position. And we're going to take the tips of the fingers into the pads of the hands and stretch the arms open. And the belly's going to draw in with the exhale. So let's begin.
Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale and take the hands up. Hook the thumbs together. Hold the breath in, chin to the chest. Belly pulls in, Uddiyana Bandha. Pelvic floor lifts, Mula Bandha. Chin drops, Jalandhara Bandha. And as you apply the bandha, see a flame in the belly as you retain the breath. See that flame burning away all impurities. Hear the mantra, ram, 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 silently. And then when you need to, hands come down. Keep the eyes closed. And just feel that glow and that light and the energy within you and around you, kind of tingling. Nice. Again, tips of the fingers into the pads of the hands. Let's stretch those arms open. Breath of fire. Deep breath in. Exhale everything out. Inhale, the hands come up. Hook the thumbs, right? Stretch the fingers up, chin drops. Pelvic floor lifts, belly draws in. And again, hear the mantra, ram, 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 as you hold the breath. And when you need to, those hands float down. Find your natural breath. Sink down a little bit more into the earth. Feel the glow, the pulse, the subtle body, the energetic body. And then hands, just turn your palms down onto your thighs. And then one more time, breath of fire. Deep breath in. Exhale everything out. We're going to do that 3 times. Inhale. Exhale everything out through an open mouth. Last time. Exhale everything out. And then this time, don't breathe in. You're going to hold the exhale out. Close the mouth. Don't breathe in. Feel like there's a vacuum. Suck your navel to your spine, chin to your chest, pelvic floor lifts, belly draws in, no breath. Just stay here. Hold the exhale out. And when you need to, release. The chin float up. Thumb and index finger touch. And notice the breath. Notice the nervous system. And feel at the end of the breath a quietness, a stillness. Tongue goes to the roof of the mouth. Breathing in through an open mouth. The sound is ha as you draw light from the base of the spine up into the third eye. Exhale, feel the awareness move down the front of the spine, down to the base. The sound is sa, sa. The tongue relaxes. Sa. Tongue to the roof of the mouth, breathing in up the spine, ha. Exhale down the front, sa. Couple more. Sa. 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 Close the mouth and feel the awareness in your heart. And on the inhale, draw any darkness, any sadness, any fear, any worry from the heart to the top of the head. Exhale, release it out through the top of the head. Come back to the heart, right? Pull up any negativity. Draw it from the heart. On your inhale, hear the mantra Sat as you inhale silently. Exhale out through the top of the head, Yam. Inhaling Sat. Exhale, Yam. Inhale, Sat. Exhale, Yam. Notice the space at the end of the exhale and linger in that emptiness. Sat on the inhale from the heart. Exhale, Yam. And what happens is that space at the end of the exhale gets longer and longer. Sat and Yam. And the longer that space becomes, that means that the mind is quieting, the breath is quieting, and we begin to move into pratyahara, the pulse, the sensual pulse. The senses are drawn inward and you feel the pulse in the midbrain. The mind quiets and you hear the sound of Om resonating through the mind, allowing that to soothe the movement of the mind. Eventually you don't even say the sound, you actually hear that ringing in the mind, that resonance. Take the tongue to the roof of the mouth and draw this light down through the midbrain, through the roof of the mouth. Feel Amrita, divine nectar, drip down the back of the throat like honey, and feel it move to the base of the spine. Rub the hands together, get a little bit of heat between the palms, and then take the hands a little bit apart and just barely to touch, a bit apart and barely to touch. Feel the prana and the life force. It's like kind of sticky, gooey energy, your own prana, your own healing energy that you've cultivated. And then you place the palms onto the eyes and breathe that healing energy in. Let it move into your eyes and into your brain, soothing you, healing you. Slide the hands down around to the back of the neck and around to the throat. One hand over the other onto the throat, to the thymus gland, and to the heart, solar plexus, the navel, all the way down to the base, and touch the earth. One more time, just tell the earth how much you love it. Grateful. Palms come together and feel the light and the peace and the grace within you. Honor that place within yourself, honor it in each other. Namaste.